Welcome to the Murfreesboro.com podcast, where we talk about all things Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Join host John Ayers, his co-host Jonathan Harmon, and producer Trent Denson as they talk about all the great things happening in our city. From construction updates to local business spotlights to all the amazing events happening in our community. Listen in for all you need to know from Murfreesboro.com. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Murfreesboro.com podcast. Thanks for tuning in, as always. I am John Ayers. We have Jonathan Harmon over there.
Howdy.
Trent's off camera today.
Yes, sir.
There he is, but you can still hear him. And then Jeff over behind camera, as always. Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, this change of scenery puts Jeff way closer to the camera.
Way closer.
We are slowly working his way over here.
That is our goal, to get
reeling
Jeff
him in.
That's right.
Wearing him down.
Even if we can just turn the camera real fast and go, hi. No,
that's right. It's going to happen.
That's right. And we have wonderful guests today. Thank you, Mr. Jason Ayers, for coming on here.
Good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
With Veterans Pressure Washing and numerous other things that you do around town, which we are very appreciative of. First off, thank you for your service. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Everybody does. But yeah, Veterans Pressure Washing, and you've been around for quite some time. You and I met, what? We were just talking over a decade ago initially, right?
I started with a homeowner pressure washer back in late 2015, and progressively grown to where we are now.
Which
very
is quite
shocked.
Big.
Well, I mean, I'm quite shocked as of where we're at and the progress we made. We went from a $300 pressure washer up to now the pressure washers cost north of $7,000.
Whoa, dang! And you've got full-on rigs and all kinds of stuff. And
yeah, we've got 5 rigs that are on the road during the summer, and then something we just added last year was we call reclaim. Others know as vacuum. So what we can do is when we're pressure washing, we can also reclaim it, suck it back up, and carry it off. So we're not contaminating the environment. Yeah. So that's good for like diesel spills and things like that. So,
I remember those big tubs that you showed me before how you do that. But
right.
I'm just curious why, like we're kind of got to back up a little, like your history on things, like why pressure washing. Like what started you on
I have no idea, to be honest. I went in the Air Force, came home, worked a couple of dead-end jobs, and then I told my wife, I said, I'm gonna go to college and use my free benefits up through the VA.
There you go.
And so I was at MTSU. I went there for 3 years to finish up my degree, and I was majoring in psychology with a business management minor. And I told my wife, I said, I'm bored. I mean, I have money. I'm not rich, but I had money to get by. And I was just bored. And I'm not one to sit around the house. And so I had a little homeowner edition, pressure washer out in the garage. And I told her, I said, I'm gonna go just wash a driveway. I just like, the difference in color and all that, the instant gratification.
Very satisfying,
It is.
Right? Yeah.
And that's where it started. I mean, it was just a friend of mine. Okay, yeah, I'll do it for basically cost, just so I could learn. And then and that snowballed into 2 or 3 more, and I'm sure I was doing it way too cheap, and but it was fun, and it got me out of the house, and I learned a ton because the experience is invaluable. I mean, it's if I make a mistake on a job, but I learn, as long as everything is fine, I'm good to go. I mean, I've learned a ton, and I can pass that on to my employees and that sort of thing. But it just snowballed from there, and actually, I did not finish college. I am one class away.
One class?
Oh, come on, man.
Are you ever going to go back just to do it?
I plan on it. My transcript right now says 140 out of 140 credits needed to graduate, but the semester I was taking my capstone course for MTSU, my mother passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I would just mentally and physically, I just couldn't do it. So I took a little bit of time off there, but I mean, we're good now. I'm fortunate enough to be able to fly around the country, train other individuals. I just got back from Sandestin, Florida, Friday. I'm sorry, but I've been to Orlando 2 or 3 times, Phoenix, and I'm heading back to Orlando in the end of February. Then we're doing another convention in February and in Nashville. And I've linked up with some products that I really like to use out in the field, and now I'm one of their trainers, so I go around and just do all that. So I enjoy, traveling, and, the biggest thing is when traveling most of the time, I don't charge a dime. for
Really?
any of the classes. So I'll train now. Sometimes people are reimbursed for the hotel and the flight and that sort of thing, but deep down, I enjoy helping people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the root of all this. So
tell me some more about the training, because pure ignorance here, right? I have one of those homeowner special power washers, and I have sprayed off my driveway with it before. To actually clean it takes days. I've got a pretty long driveway. So what is it that you would train somebody on, and why would I hire you instead of spending days scrubbing my own driveway?
Well, time is valuable. I get that question all the time. I can pay X amount of dollars to have my driveway washed, or I can do it in 3 days. Well, okay, how much is your time worth?
Right.
Most of my rigs, they can cover about 2,000 square foot, of concrete per hour.
Wow.
Per hour.
That's a big space.
That makes a huge difference, because I can cover 2,000 square feet of concrete in about 2 days.
That's right. Yeah. Right.
So, our machines are engineered for not super high pressure. Everybody thinks pressure is the key. It helps, but it's not the key. The flow is the key.
I got you.
So your typical pressure washer from Home Depot is like 2.8 gallons a minute at like 3,000 PSI. Okay. Yeah. But the professional rigs, they're at least 8 gallons a minute at 3,500 PSI. Okay. So you're moving a whole lot faster, and you can use the bigger cleaners and that sort of thing. So, we cleaned the north and south entrance of Bridgestone Arena a couple of months ago, and altogether was about 7 hours.
Really? I saw that post on Facebook, and that's one thing I wanted to ask you about. It was like I was saying how we met so long ago, and I remember you did my parents' house. Thank you very much. Took care of them. But you, like you just said, you went from this little rig to, for those that don't know veterans pressure washing, you've gotten quite big, and like client base and things that we see you post, and like you just said, you do Bridgestone and stuff like that.
And that's vertical and horizontal surfaces, right?
Steps and everything. Not the building itself. That's a different, bidding process altogether. Yeah. But just what we call the flat work is what you walk on. Yeah. That's what we did.
Yeah, so. I got you. Well, I've run into some of your guys all over the place, and one of them was at 3343 Memorial, and you guys had like a giant crane boom lift thing out there, and you were up on the top, and I was like,
"That's right,
dude. So much for little sidewalks.
Right.
Like, what the heck?" So, I'm just curious the transition into that. Was that like just boom all of a sudden, or did you grow into?
It was. People, like I train people at these classes is that, the biggest question I get is, how do I get big commercial? Well, it just doesn't come overnight. Yeah. I mean, unless you're lucky.
I got you.
Because you got to have the right insurance, you got to have the right employees, the right equipment, et cetera, because you got to be effective and efficient at the same time. Yeah. And safety is huge. I can't, say that enough. But, I tell my client or my, the guys I'm training is that, you're washing a house, but they work somewhere.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you don't mind, if anything is dirty at your workplace, let me know.
Yeah.
And it could be Kroger, it could be a little gas station, it could be, Bridgestone. I mean, you never know. Yeah. So. And that's what I did. And I will give a shout out here. My very first commercial project is right here in Murfreesboro. I think y'all recognize the Alley on Main.
Oh yes, sure
that
do.
That was Sean. Sean and Christy. They really believed in me, and that was my start. And,
really. Man, the more kudos to Alley on Main. That's
it's like almost every show.
Right? Yeah.
So, and I'm going to add to it. You said effective and efficient for commercial jobs, but you also got to be available. And so, as you've mobilized multiple units, you've got employees that you trust, that you vetted out, that are, that'll show up and do the work that you would do. I mean, that's huge. And it has gotten huger. Is that a word? More huge?
More huge.
Bigger, maybe the most hugest at this point.
Hugest.
In this current market is just having people that will show up and do the work and do it right, so you don't have to come back and do it again.
That's correct. Now, obviously with any business, you're going to have to come back to some jobs, whether it be for weather or, hey, you just missed a spot. And you know what? We learn from that. And I appreciate that kind of feedback, and the clients that don't get all rowdy, because they understand we're human, and my way of cleaning and expectations may be, different from the homeowner's expectations. So you have to be clear and concise, up front. Yeah. So,
well, I actually read on one of your Google reviews, which, by the way, you've got like 205-star Google, which is awesome. And so, but one of them said, that one of your guys, I apologize, I don't remember his name, but actually came back later to check and was like, hey, are we, but he came back is what it was.
Right.
And said, hey, is it are you satisfied? Is this and that? And they walked the property with him and everything.
That's right.
I guess he wasn't home at the time or something. So he came back when he was home and he was very appreciative of that. And he was like,
Yeah, sure.
But everybody gives you glowing reviews. So
well, we just try to treat others as I'd want to be treated, kind of thing. Just be fair to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told my employees, pretend that you just bought this house and you want it cleaned.
Yeah.
So just spend as much time as you have to, but don't goof off.
Yeah, don't.
But that's how we operate.
And there's a lot to it. I mean, you show up at my house is over 100 years old. You show up at my house, that's very different than showing up at a 5-year-old brick house. The way you've got to treat it, because you hit the mortar on my house with high pressure, it's coming off.
That's right. That's right. And that's one avenue that many people don't know about or haven't heard about, is that although we're called veterans pressure washing, it's kind of a misnomer, because more times than not, we're not pressure washing, we're soft washing.
Yeah, I got you.
And we've done some buildings here on the square in Murfreesboro, and the brick dates back to the 1800s.
That's right. You hit it with pressure.
That's right.
It's toast, baby.
And the mortar isn't really the mortar we're using, these days. It's point and tuck, and there was horsehair and some sand and other things involved.
Yeah.
And that was the main concern, And so soft washing, that's where that comes in. So soft washing, just to define that, is an alternative to using high pressure. Where high pressure is great at some points, like doing flat work, concrete, that sort of thing. Historical buildings and older homes, they require soft washing. And so instead of using high pressure, we're using soaps and let them do the work instead.
Yeah,
and it's applied with maybe 100 psi. I mean, it's like a garden hose.
Right. Garden hose.
Well, and then if you accidentally hit some thin original windows or something like that with any kind of pressure,
that's right.
It's
Storm
all
windows, that sort of thing. So we take as many precautions. That's why we try to walk every. Anything that's delicate, any kind of historical home or commercial business, we're walking it with the client.
Yeah.
Before we even touch it.
Gotcha.
And just pointing out some, some things that could be improved or, may leak or that sort of thing. So
and sorry, kind of switching gears a little on you, because I wanted to call you out on something really cool. A lot of people don't know. There's a lot of stuff you do behind the scenes, and you help the community with different stuff. And I really want to point out what you did for COVID. And help out, because
that was cool.
That was very cool, and you did it a couple times apparently.
Right.
So, but you had your big giant rigs full of all the sanitizer and everything, and I'll let you take it from there. But
we just we didn't really know what to do, just like everybody else. It's just a big question mark all around town. Am I supposed to be working? Am I not supposed to be working? I have no idea. But luckily, we did fall into the essential as we're cleaning. But so we just had the idea. I'm gonna first just mention the guy's name, Trevor Shamblin. He's in Washington State. He probably won't even hear this, but it was his idea.
Yeah, I got
he did it first. And I just kind of ran with it. I was like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. So basically we just used some of our cleaning solution and diluted it to CDC recommendations, and then we filled up huge IBC totes. You saw the trailer full. We had over 20,000 gallons sitting there ready to go. And we had a line from the time that we started till we ended, and we donated some more to schools and that sort of thing afterwards, so the product wouldn't go to waste. But it just kind of goes back.
Did you bottle it, or what did you do with it?
That was actually very cool what they did. Yeah.
Well, we designed we custom plumbed the tanks to where we had on and off valves, and it wasn't super high flow or anything. And you could bring a bucket, you could bring anything that would hold some liquid, and basically you put it in a spray bottle, and you could spray your door handles with it and your tables, because people were running out of disinfectant.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get Lysol. You couldn't get.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were trying to help out, and just kind of donate, back to the community. And
that's awesome.
At last count, we gave, don't quote me on this, I believe it was just over 24,000 gallons of disinfectant.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I remember being there when came over and checked you out. And I remember the line just kept getting longer and longer. But the funny part was people were, I thought I could only get a gallon. You're like, no, whatever you want.
Whatever
just
you want.
And
That's
people were coming back. You remember with orange juice bottles and stuff.
Anything.
And they were like, just fill it up. So your guys would go out there. People didn't have to get out of the cars. They get, had their gloves on, and here you go, take it and load it up the car. And that I remember the one lady opened up a minivan and had all those milk jugs and stuff. And she's like, And you're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
I can have all this. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not toxic or anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you spill it, it ain't going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually good for the car, you know. So it'll do some cleaning. But,
Yeah.
we just love to give back to the community. Like every now and then we'll pick a veteran and we'll just go wash his house for free. You know, just
you beat me
just
to
say
it.
thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just something. I want to keep the guys busy. They enjoy being busy, and I like paying them. You know, because they're worth it.
Yeah.
You know, but I just, like I said, just try to instill, because let me tell you a quick story where all this came from.
Yeah.
So I've told this story a few times, but I'm an only child, and my mother, she was disabled since 1986 when I was 5. She had a massive brain aneurysm. And from that day forward, she lost a lot of bodily function. Like it paralyzed her right side of the body. So she had to adapt to using your left hand and left foot and all that. But even then, she would still try to help anybody that she could. If she had $2 and you know, somebody needed the $2, she would without question just hand it to them.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know,
like the widows might.
Right. I mean, and you know, it was the will to help was there, and even until the day she passed, which her anniversary is coming up here in February, she was 57 when she passed. She would still, in the hospice bed, ask, you know, how is so and so doing? Do they need anything?
Oh wow, yeah.
You know, and then she passed away. Then my dad, he helped a church here in town that she belonged to, made a donation there. And, you know, I was just raised with a helping heart. I don't expect anything back because I believe in karma.
Yeah.
If you do somebody right, hopefully something, you know, good will happen to you as well.
Yeah.
Without expectation.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just
breathing good into the world, spreading the positive.
You know,
and there you go.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
big fan.
Obviously, has bad things happened to me? Of course, they happen to everybody, you know, but it's how you tackle and get over that problem or challenge is how, you know, you're going to deal with things better. I mean, that's just the point of it. And, you know, I enjoy helping people. You know, and that's about it. Kind of like, I guess we'll jump to the next topic. Kind of like, was it last year? We had the quote unquote big snowstorm at Murfreesboro.
Yep, exactly.
Where the whole town shut down for a week or whatever it was, and so basically, I mean, here again, I was bored at home.
That's how that started.
That's
with
how
the transportation.
That started. That's exactly how that started. I had a single mom. She contacted me that was also friends with my wife, and she said, "Hey, I need to go get my daughter up in Mount Juliet. I know you have a big truck.
Yeah.
Can you carry me up there? I have to go get her." I said, "Yeah, sure." So my wife and I jumped in the truck and we took off, and and I was doing 20 miles an hour on 840 sideways, but I was still getting there. I was in 4-wheel drive and everything, and but it was fun, and I just happened to. Because I got rock lights on the truck, just to kind of be showy. I mean, just something different. You know?
Does your truck squat too?
It does not squat.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank
only
goodness.
with a load behind it. That's only. No.
Thank God. I'm just kidding.
But I put a picture online of, hey, look at the truck in the snow with the purple rock lights.
Yeah.
And it just took off. People thought I was doing it now, and they just kept messaging and calling. I said, well, heck, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we would get up at 4 a.m. and carry some nurses, from the other place of residence to to the hospital. I've carried doctors, and it just and what was cool was I didn't really intend for this to happen, but some of my other guys were messaging me asking how they could help.
Yep,
I'm like, I have no idea. I'm doing it myself.
Yeah, because now you're 7-8 deep now or something with your Jeeps.
So but the Jeep is new. I'm not talking about
there's a Facebook group for that too.
There is 4x4 Recovery Group of Tennessee. That also, I linked up with them. And shout out to them. There's tons of Jeeps. Whenever it snows or any ice, they jump in. Stones River Jeep Club. They're sitting at or they'll sit at St. Thomas Rutherford. And just kudos to everybody, man. They're just trying to help, and I just love that mentality.
Yeah, St. Thomas sent us a couple pictures of all the Jeeps lined up, and there was like, we're just waiting. Like, come on out, we'll take you. I was like, wow, that's really cool. But
I need to get in on that because my 4Runner does really well in the snow. It doesn't have to be a Jeep.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I was thinking of with the monster truck. I was like, man, that'd be fun. But I was like, wait. that monster truck, for one, the 4-wheel drive's disconnected for gas mileage.
Oh,
and two, it's horrible on slick roads.
Of course, it's a light truck.
Exactly, it's horrible on slick roads. But I do want to share one story with everybody real quick with that one, and I see if you remember this. It was last year. We had a lady write in who I made a post about your picture and this thing, and she couldn't find the post. So she wrote in and seemed pretty frantic and gave me her phone number. I called her and she was like, my daughter just went in the hospital. She's like, I need a ride. I don't have any way to get there. I was like, ma'am, hold on a second. I was like, let me call him. He's a buddy of mine. Hold on. Then I called you and you were like, yeah, sure. Let me know, get her address and whatnot. So I called her back and she said, I'm sorry, I forgot, but I'm in Alabama. Or no, my daughter's in Alabama, excuse me. And I went, okay, ma'am, I don't know. Hold on. Let me call him back.
That's a pretty important detail.
Yeah. And so, but she's like, I'm sorry. She's like, I'm just kind of frantic right now. She was in the hospital. And so I called you back and you said, well, that's kind of a long ride, but let me finish this last run. Give me your address. I was like, dude, are you serious? You're like, well, it might take a while, but okay. I was like, you didn't even blink, like didn't nudge, whatever. And then I called her back and she said, well, I just found out she's in the hospital. She's okay. You know, I guess she was in a bad car wreck.
Right.
But she's like, she's okay. It's not urgent. I was just really panicking. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm okay. So they ended up working out okay. But the point being, you didn't flinch. You're like, well, it's going to be a long ride, but okay. and it was like 9 o'clock at night or something. Like, you're going to be well into the morning. Like,
I enjoy challenges. I mean, seriously, I do. I mean,
you just hope that person can carry on a conversation,
right?
You know?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a real long ride.
Make sure the radio works, one of the two, you know?
or the radio. Yeah, because she was pretty frantic at the first call. So, oh my God, my daughter's in the hospital. I don't know how to get there. Oh, but she's in Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I mean, I'm up for for whatever. Now, I do want to say that I try to make educated, risky, moves.
Right.
I don't want to just jump into something blind, you know. And,
I got you. But I love your the common theme here was, well, I was bored, so I figured I'll start a little pressure washing company, and look what happened.
Everything started when I was bored.
I hear that, man. I hear that.
I'm just not one to sit around and watch TV, except for last night's Kansas City game. I did watch that.
The Kansas City game, yeah.
but as soon as it was over, I get up out of the chair. I mean, I just can't sit still. I enjoy doing things. So,
when I sit still, I'm asleep.
Yeah, right. Oh, I know. Yeah. It's a deadly combo. If I sit down on the couch, I'll just sit here for a minute.
Right. 10 minutes max.
Yeah. That, and then you got your I forgot your dog.
Oh, the pugs?
The pugs, yes. I see you love those dogs.
Judge and Booster, yeah, they're definitely good dogs. I was never really a dog person to my wife, and she had a senior pug, and it was cute. Then it passed away. I'm like, man, let's get some more pugs. Obviously, my wife is an attorney here in town, and that's why she named her dog Judge.
Got it. Okay.
And then one of the pumps I run on my pressure washing rig is called a booster pump. So that's where Booster came from.
Okay.
So it's Judge Booster.
That's awesome.
So
that is awesome.
Yeah, so the dogs take after our professions.
Yeah,
so.
I got you. Yeah, and
I love it.
Another thing I love about when I see your posts and stuff on Facebook or whatnot is kind of, I guess it goes back to that whole like giving mindset, but you'll just be like cooking out or something, have like 9 pounds of beef or something
That's
that
right.
you just got, and you're like, anybody want to come over? Come on. Or like, if you're about to go out 4-wheeling, you're like, all right, meet me here. Let's go. Like, no questions asked. Let's go.
Well, now the food, I do have a confession. That's an error. That means I cook too much.
You had a big old slab of beef on one of them. I was like, dang.
I do a lot of briskets and
Yes,
pork butts and that sort of thing. And I just try to perfect the art and or the craft and just I try to be good at everything that I do. But I know I can't be great at everything, but I can be good.
Oh, there you go.
So does that mean a food truck is next in your?
Right. Oh God.
How bored are you right now?
Bored. Let's start a food truck.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Veterans brisket food truck.
That's right.
Yeah. When he gets down to a 3 on the board scale, or I guess maybe a 7 on the board scale, it's like, new business coming in.
Well, speaking of that,
there
is. We started last year.
Okay.
Stars and Stripes holiday lights.
Oh, I did know that.
Yes.
Yeah, because I contacted you about it. I remember that. Yeah.
So, we just needed a kind of a filler, here again, keep the employees busy, keep me busy so I don't go stir crazy. But so pressure washing normally, dies off around late November, early December. Then then we're kind of just stagnant, kind of like now, like today.
Okay.
And then it picks back up right about the 1st of March. So we decided, hey, let's hang some Christmas lights.
Yeah.
But we're not going to hang them from Walmart. This isn't your Walmart product.
Yeah.
We're talking about thousands of dollars of Christmas lights, and so that's what we do in the fall. Now we start in October, and we're hanging, and we're doing everything, walking roofs with harnesses and ladders with harnesses and all this, trying to, cause we are OSHA certified.
Okay.
And we have the card to prove it. But
It's a very expensive card, isn't it?
It is. That was not cheap.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was valuable information, and the biggest thing is it helps the homeowner.
Yeah.
You're not some, I don't know, some, a Joe in the truck, out there just trying to make beer money. We're trying to make a living here, and man, we take pride in what we do. If any of the lights are crooked, we're asking other teammates, is that light crooked? Yeah, it is. Okay, then we'll go move it, kind of thing. But it's fun and it's quiet. So there's no machines running. We can talk and joke with each other. And the homeowner gets their pick of color, like we did some candy cane houses,
nice.
Red and white alternating, and they're all LED.
Yeah.
So I can run 800 lights on one strand off of one plug.
I remember seeing one of the.
It takes no.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
current.
One of the homes you posted was quite large. I remember. I was like, holy, that's a lot of lights.
I have another confession. That was my first one.
The big one?
That was.
The giant house?
That was it.
Wow.
That's how we learned.
Do you rent the lights to them, or do they purchase the lights and you hang them?
It's a lease program. So we buy the lights. Okay. So let's say the homeowner calls, says, I want, lights on my house. Okay. We can do the gutters and peaks package. Here's your price. Okay. That price doesn't change. So that's it for years coming. But the lights are not yours, which means that you don't have to maintain them.
Yeah.
We provide.
You don't have to roll them up and untangle them and all that.
God,
right.
yes.
That's what takes the longest time, man. And then you plug it in and half the friggin' strand
There
works.
you go.
What bulbs out? Damn it.
And the timers are included. I mean, everything. Like
That's awesome.
the homeowner does not touch them. Okay.
Wow.
And they enjoy the lights and everything. And then, like right now, we're taking the lights back down as we speak.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And we store them in the shop.
Okay.
So there's
can you
totally,
ballpark it? I mean, I've 3,500 square foot house, 2-story, very plain roof, not crazy.
Depends on what you want. So let's go there
Gutters
first.
and peaks.
So gutters and peaks, we do that. We do ridge lines, which is the very top of the house.
Yeah.
We can do window frame outlines. We can do archways if you have one of those. We do sidewalk. We do driveway lighting. We call that pathway lighting. But to answer your question, our minimum, and this is going to be kind of a shocker, but people are wanting professional services these days.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
Our minimum is $750.
That's actually I've
700.
no, that's actually not bad.
750.00. That's the minimum. Okay?
No,
but just keep in mind that includes the lights, that includes the maintenance. So if one or two go out, we come fix it.
Honestly, dude,
and we
that's
take
not
them.
bad at all.
So
No, I've quoted some of those, and I mean anything from 1,200 on up type
right.
stuff. So I
Well, I mean,
I don't
you think
think it's bad
about
at all.
it. If they're decent quality lights, you're going to spend $100 a strand.
Oh,
It's
easy.
easy.
That's right.
Easy. Yeah.
That's right.
And then you got to put them up, and I don't do heights, so
yeah.
they don't get put up.
I tried one year to put my own up, and we even went to Fair Brothers and got a boom lift and all this stuff. It was a nightmare. B, a really funny story, but it's a long story, so I won't share it. But it's
renting a boom lift for a weekend, there's $150, $200.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah. And I got it stuck in the yard.
As
There
you
you
do.
go.
Yeah, exactly. Because dumb me put it on soft grass.
Right.
And it just
That'll do it.
it sank right
Yep.
in. But I will say I had the highest peak side of our house is one side of our house, and I had literally. I gave up on the boom lift because I got it stuck. Actually, I got it stuck twice, to be honest. But I'm dumb me. I got it stuck in one part of the yard.
Ow, that hurt.
And then I just said, screw it. And I moved it to another side of the yard and got it stuck both times. But literally, so I had the big giant ladder and all that stuff, got it all the way down. I'm not kidding. All the way to the very end, I had like 2 lights left to put up. I come down the ladder. I'm getting ready to move the ladder. I hear click, 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 and they all came off. And I grabbed the lights and I threw them and I said, "Screw this, I'm done."
That's right.
And I didn't put them up.
And that's why 750 ain't bad.
Exactly. And that was literally like on that side of the house. It took me a good hour to do because I had to like 2 feet at a time. Then I had to get down a 24-foot ladder and move the ladder and all this other crap and everything. It took me forever.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
It's a pain. It really is.
Yeah, it is a pain. Yeah.
From professional standpoint, it's a pain.
You guys climb up on the roofs and all because one side of my roof's pretty high pitched.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Now, this year's goal, I don't want to leave anybody out here. My business partner is Brandon Santander. That's who just called a minute ago during the show. But probably wondering where I'm at. But anyways, he's been a huge help with the business as well. But we've actually spoke, and we're actually looking at buying a lift this year, like full out, just buying it. And it won't be the one you pull behind. It'll be like one that will need a trailer kind of thing. Then it comes off the trailer. That'll save a lot of time.
That'll help with the pressure washing too, will it not?
You'd be surprised. We rarely use one, except for big commercial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we just got approval for a hotel in Smyrna that's 4 stories. Okay. And that one, we're going to go look at it, I believe, Wednesday.
Yeah.
But it might not require. We can shoot pretty high.
It's like my parents' house. You had that giant extension thing.
There you go. That's
that
right.
went all the way up to the top.
That's
I was
right.
like, wow, that's impressive. It was like 20 feet or something.
That's right. And if we can save the client money by not using a lift, then
Bringing
that's
another
what
piece
we're
of
after.
equipment.
You know, because if we rent a lift, I always give the receipt to to the homeowner or to the business owner, because I'm not trying to make money off of that, but I had to have that for this job.
I got you.
So, but they're going to pay for the lift, they're going to pay for the fuel, you know, that kind of thing, kind of a reimbursement. But I don't make any money off of that. But no, as far as lights, this year we never rented a lift this year.
Wow, that's impressive.
We walked all the roofs. Now, again, want to make sure everybody hears we're OSHA certified.
Yes, of course.
So we had all the tie-offs on the roof and all the harnesses and all that. So, but it was fun. I was nervous quite a few times. I said some select words quite a few times because in October that roof's hot.
Oh, I can imagine.
And it's hot. So I'll leave that there. But.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
That's a cool service to know about.
The one cool thing I did, it was just on a whim, just to kind of try it. But in the truck, we had a remote shutoff, for AC voltage or DC, either one. And we use it to go and once the lights are up, we'll hang a strand or two, then we'll turn them on. And instead of walking over there and plugging them in, we just push a button.
Oh, that's cool.
That's hanging from our lanyards. And that just triggers them to cut on. That's how we test. Okay, yeah, we're good. Move on to the next section. Yeah. Well, we knew this whole house was good. Is out in Walter Hill, and we were just about done. I mean, within about 5 minutes, the homeowner's wife pulls in. With kids.
Okay.
I'm like, cool. Okay, all right. They're gonna run through our stuff and the crush bulbs and all this. No, they didn't. They were very good kids. And I said, if you'll hang on 2 minutes, I got a surprise for you. It was getting dark. It was just about dark.
Yeah.
And so they hung around. We hooked the last 2 strands up and came down. I let the kids turn the lights on.
Oh, that's cool.
Just kind of a Christmas back in the day kind of thing.
Clark Griswold moment.
Yes.
Right.
And it was cool, man. I just got just the pure satisfaction of seeing them kids' eyes light up.
Oh, sure.
Because they have no idea what mom and dad paid for that.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So, but hey, here you go. You have the keys, kind of thing. And they
That's
just
neat.
although the kids think the house is just there, it was given to them, kind of thing. Well, there's some lights to go with it. It's just kind of cool.
That's very cool.
You'll see that reaction. So,
you can have fun messing with clients though. Like drive by and be like, click, turn them off.
That's right.
Maybe it's something. Oh, nope, click, turn them off.
Well, this year we're going to start offering that to every homeowner. If you want the remote on off, you can. So instead of having a timer, if your friends come over, just push the button.
Yeah.
See, that'd be cool. But hey, guys, watch this.
That's right. Yep.
That's pretty cool, man.
So.
I like it.
I like being different, just be different. That's the whole key about owning a business and running one is if you can be different and stand out, you'll be successful as long as you treat people fairly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
are you going to do the shows, the music and the broadcast?
Oh, that would be something.
Are you going to get into that?
I haven't yet because this was our first year for hanging lights.
Yeah.
So we were just trying to make a dollar and be basic.
I can see it now. You're going to look at one and go, I'm bored. Let's spruce it up a little.
Well,
yeah. Here's a 64 channel plug-in with broadcasting and
have all set up like that over there.
Yeah.
That's right.
They do that. Didn't they do that next door?
They
over
did.
Here?
Yeah, we're gonna need a room in your house in order to set up. Our
Where's your breaker, please? Let me hook up with this.
Look
awesome.
at his face. He's like, "Yep."
I know the gears are going.
The gears are turning.
I bet you $10 we're going to see something posted online. Hey, so we found something. We're doing this.
Actually, I'm going to challenge you because in the Christmas parade, Smyrna Ready Mix.
Yes.
Did their cement mixer. It was the prettiest.
I saw that.
Yeah, you were in it, right? Yeah.
Yep. Actually,
So,
I was behind them.
what's coming then on Veterans Pressure Washing?
I don't know. I know I'm going to get my big truck rewrapped.
Okay.
I'm going to do something kind of different. I'm kind of just going there with this because the big trucks normally end the parade every year, just like yours.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And I'm going to pull the wrap off of it. It's kind of crooked if nobody ever noticed that, but I notice it every morning when I wake up.
Oh, we will now.
But,
No,
Absolutely.
but I'm going to peel that off, and I'm going to design a new wrap to where from the front bumper to the back door of the truck is going to be all pressure washing related. Then it's going to be kind of a quick fade into the holiday lights in the back.
Nice.
So a dual purpose kind of
yeah.
a wrap, And I'm not sure about the color just yet because green just don't stick well with me on, but
I gotcha.
But we're going to do that. But yes, on the Smyrna Ready Mix truck there, the drum, if this is the same truck we're talking about, the lights were hot glued to it.
Yes,
That's
Were
what
they
we
real?
did,
Is
too.
that how that works?
That's a fact.
I was because I was wondering what the
Right.
got it.
There were so many daggum lights on that
Right.
that drum.
And it should have been battery operated because obviously you can't have a cord hooked up to something turning.
Yeah.
It's going. So that was very good by them. There's a lot of creativity in the parade, and Middle Tennessee Electric had the elf coming out of the or whatever it was coming out of the bucket truck, and it was good all the way around.
Oh yeah, I just remember because I loved when you and we saw the Smyrna Ready Mix. We were like, dang,
Right.
Golly, there were so many lights on that.
I know.
thing.
Yeah, and they pulled. I remember because they came in on the other side, so thankfully they were behind where I was. But we ended up lining up relatively close. And I was like, man, why you got to put that next to my truck? Like, come on.
staging.
I was like, usually the monster truck gets a good amount of attention. But I was like, well, good. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, forget about
But
it.
thankfully we were on separate lines, so we went first.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, yeah, that's cool. Well, man, if we appreciate your time, we know you're busy and you got to head out. But if people want more information about your pressure washing or the lights or anything else you're doing, how can they find you?
The three main ways, our website, veteranspressurewashing.com. The other way is Facebook. I sit on Facebook. I just like, I'm interacting with others and that sort of thing. So Veterans Pressure Washing, INC. There's 3 Veterans Pressure Washings. There's one in South Carolina, one in Tennessee, and one in California.
But you're the best one.
Well, I appreciate. Okay, but,
Definitely
and
the
I have
most
met
local
the owners.
The
of
most
those.
local, yeah.
Right.
That's awesome.
So Facebook, Veterans Pressure Washing, let's see, INC period. For the holiday lights, Stars and Stripes holiday lights, it's on Facebook. And then the old-fashioned way is just give us a ring. 615-478-8063 is my office line. That's for the lights and for pressure washing, soft washing, whatever we offer. So
Cool.
Just a little side note, we also train others here in town. I've actually trained my own competition here in town because
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I would rather them, do a professional job and charge what they're worth,
Yeah.
kind of thing, versus going out there and making errors that I've already made.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we do that. And the last thing we do, which we're going to start on this morning, we actually build professional pressure washing rigs. And
Really?
the one I have in the shop right now, it came from Alabama last week.
Wow.
So that's kind of an honor to say, hey, I came from a different
Yeah.
state to have you build it.
You know what you
so-
So
you
when
remind
you
me.
say build that, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like you have a flatbed truck and you put all the stuff
That's
on
right.
it, essentially.
The one in the shop now is a flatbed truck, and it's just a regular pickup truck. Flatbed truck. There's nothing on it. So we add the water tanks, we add the machines, we do all the plumbing,
Yeah.
all the welding. Brandon, he's the welder of us too. He does a lot better than me, but he can custom bend tubing and everything.
Yeah.
To
That's
to make it look professional. We can powder coat.
Yeah.
It's just cool seeing it all come together.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I created that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Dude,
So
you make me. Do you know a gentleman named Brian Clayton? You remember him?
I don't actually.
He owned he ownned Peachtree Landscaping.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but his story, you sound so reminiscent of his story because he sold his company a while ago, but he started when he was just looking to make an extra money. When he was younger, started mowing lawns. Next thing you know, he had this big giant company, and you're sitting there. Well, I'm bored. Let's do something. Now you got this big giant company, and you're doing this, you're doing that, and all this stuff. And look at you now. I mean, you're building stuff. You're training other people. Like this is, I'm happy to say I know you. This is awesome.
Well, I think the common denominator here is just having that drive.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up and you want to work. You want to go make a difference in the world, and it makes somebody happy.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably was his motto, and it's mine as well. You know, I mean, my wife hates it because I will not sit down and watch a movie. Y'all were discussing movies a minute ago. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't watch movies, so I'm always in the garage or at the shop or working on something. Because you know, with this much equipment, something's going to go wrong all the time.
Yeah.
And you got to know how to, you know, fix it and that sort of thing. So,
you ever had like a catastrophic failure on one of the things that you have to fix right on the spot? I'm just curious.
Yes. Luckily, it wasn't me. Brandon, if you're listening, I'm about to roast you. His pressure washing trailer caught fire.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Dang.
So he was it wasn't anything that, you know, I mean, we didn't burn a house down or any of that, but he was out doing a job. This is 2 or 3 years ago. We were running the enclosed trailer, and he didn't know it, but his pressure washer during travel, he hit a few bumps, and it wasn't bolted to the floor, and it was just on rubber feet. It's about 300 pounds, but it kind of shifted, you know, and he didn't catch it and all that. So we're washing, or he's washing rather. He's behind the house and just spraying the soap on the house. And he looks up and he's like, wow, somebody's got a fire going across the street.
Oh, no.
And
yeah,
so,
it's you, buddy.
That's right. And he goes, well, okay. And it was turning black. He's like, well, and he told the guy that was working with him, he said, can you peek around the corner?
Yeah.
And sure enough, he started waving. It was the trailer was on fire. What happened was the pressure washer's exhaust got too close to that wooden wall and sat there for an hour, and it caught fire, and it was smoldering.
The little enclosed trailers, they've just got the little thin.
That's right.
It's like balsa
3/8.
wood.
That's right. Yeah, 3/8 or half-inch wood on as far as the panelings. We build them too. So
of course you do.
So he actually the fire came, or the event came full circle. He put the fire out with the pressure washer.
I was about to ask that.
Fire.
Okay,
so it was kind of cool.
Well, at least you had a built-in fire extinguisher.
That's right. So it burned the wall pretty good. You know, there. I mean, it wasn't.
Is that when y'all figured out how to build the trailers?
That's when we figured out how not to build the trailers.
Not to build the trailers.
That's right. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we learned from it, and every time you opened up his rig, it would smell like a hot dog in there. Like, wow. So, I mean, okay. So, but we learned from that, and and we still have an enclosed trailer that we use for cold weather washing. We keep it warm while it's running, and and outside and everything. So, it's more of a backup as of now.
I got you. Cool. Well, man, again, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. I know your phone keeps going off, so we gotta get back to work. So, but yeah, and just one more time for the video, the website and phone number.
Website is veteranspressurewashing.com. That's veterans with an S, no apostrophe, all one word, veteranspressurewashing.com. Our office phone is a cell phone, so you can text it, 615-478-8063. We do residential, and we specialize in big commercial.
All right.
A little plug at the end, we clean Amazon.
Oh, geez.
Nice.
So I'll leave that there.
Bridgestone, Amazon, all the hotels and apartments and even my parents' house.
Again, if it's a challenge, I want it.
Okay. We'll find you something.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. We appreciate it. Thank you all for watching as always. And my new tagline when I go out, go put a smile on somebody's face today.
That's right. Have a good rest of the week.
See y'all. Thank you.